Now let's go back to that story that we had promised you, where two Kenyans are being held by the rebel forces over an alleged assassination plot in South Sudan. The rebels claim that the two Kenyans, the pilot and his passenger, chartered a flight over their airspace in Jonglei without authorization. They claim that the two Kenyan nationals are hired guns sent by Sudanese President Salva Kiir to carry out political assassinations. But as Edith Kimani reports, President Kiir's government has a completely different version of this story.
At the beginning of this week, a Cessna Caravan aircraft left Kenya for South Sudan. Rebels allied to South Sudanese Vice President Riek Machar claim that the small aircraft, reportedly owned by an air charter service business at the Wilson Airport, ended up in Jonglei, a rural state of South Sudan bedeviled by violence and under the control of rebel forces. According to the rebel forces, a marker on the tail of the aircraft drew their curiosity, and upon further inspection, they found two Kenyans, a pilot and an unknown passenger in the 19-seater plane. The rebels claim the two did not have authorization to be flying over the airspace. The rebels also claim the two were armed. The pilot was reportedly carrying two guns, while his passenger was allegedly carrying two sister silencers. These two Kenyan nationals, according to the rebels, were hired by President Salva Kiir to carry out assassinations of top rebel leaders. The two have since been taken into rebel custody. The government of South Sudan, however, has a different version of events. Benjamin Marial, who is a foreign affairs minister in South Sudan, spoke to KTN and said the aircraft was on a humanitarian mission to Jonglei. His version of events, like that of the rebels, begins in Kenya from where the aircraft left and ends in Jonglei, where, according to him, the plane landed safely. He insists that the plane was carrying food aid. Upon arrival, the plane was allegedly attacked by the rebels and its occupants taken hostage. The government of South Sudan, led by President Salva Kiir, has been fighting rebels led by his former Vice President Riek Machar. The fighting broke out in December last year when forces loyal to Machar faced off with forces loyal to Salva Kiir. This story of the two missing Kenyans has once more brought the complex nature of Kenya's role as mediator into sharp focus. How Kenya's role as referee plays out in the increasingly changing relationship of Kiir and Machar is anyone's guess. But this latest development has shown that the war in South Sudan has spread its tentacles and is now claiming and targeting Kenyan victims. Edith Kimani, KTN.